Good morning all. It's been a while since I've done a video. My name's Margi Sank. I'm from margistamps.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I've been asked to demonstrate this technique and I'm also preparing it for my class ladies. This is to make this lovely crossover card with this as the insert, and it's originally the design that one of my team members introduced me to from Stampure Art Out. So thanks very much for the original designer of this card. It's wonderful. This is adapted for Australian measurements. So I've got a sheet of basic A4 cardstock, and you might see I've already scored it. I'll just do that again. So it's scored in half. So for our A4, that's 14.85, so score it in half. Turn it 90 degrees, place it in your trimmer and cut at 10.5 centimeters, so half your A4 sheet. I'm using my trimmer, I love it. It's really sharp and I've got a new blade in it. So then the trick here for this is just to take this sheet out, flip it over, lay it on top of the other one. Now you might notice that shaded spruce is quite a difficult colour to see. You might actually even be able to see it easier in this video. I'm going to mark my centre fold with a pencil so I can just see it a bit better, and I want to make sure you're in screen. I'm going to lay that centre score line on my trimmer. I've got the point down here on my trimmer, and I'm going to cut that from corner to corner. I'll go back up here so I don't crunch the corner. And then I have cut my card base. These pieces are extra, you don't actually need them. Pop them aside for another card. Then with these two pieces, they actually form your card base. Let me grab a seat so I can come on over and I'll show you how this goes together. I've already cut some kits, so I won't go through that again. I'll pop that one to one side, and I'll keep on plotting even though I don't have grid paper underneath me. So what we would then do is, and the only thing you might want to do is just use a bone folder along the edge here. I think I've got one just here, just to smooth off your edges. So let me do that. Right, now because we flipped it, you can see that they might be the same, but the score line's here. So that's the valley. I'm going to bend it away from that fold like so, and this one away from the fold. Obviously you don't see that pencil mark. If you wish to though, you could just rub it off. Now I'm going to use the bone folder on all of these edges. Am I still in view? Yes, I am. First step for you is to actually adhere these two pieces together. I used Tombow multi-purpose liquid glue. It's my favourite glue, and I'll show you how to put this together. I'll just stop this vid now, mainly because I want to get a bit of grid paper underneath me because I'm a bit of a messy girl with glue. Be back in a jiffy. Okay, I'm back. So I thought I'd just step through, before I put the card together, I thought I'd step through the kits. This is the kit I've cut for the class. You'll notice I've got one beautiful leaf die cut from gold foil. Oh, needless to say, this is all from this stunningly gorgeous Expressions in Ink suite that's on page 97 of the annual catalogue. Paper's just delicious. Rightio. And so are the other things. All right, so this is one of the die cuts from there. We'll use part of it on this card, and we're going to use part of it on the next class card, the one that goes with this buddy. This piece, which is just a sixth of a sheet of A4 white, is we're going to stamp these on it, and we'll use that for both cards. And then I've got the DSP. The trick for cutting the DSP, I'm going to show you how this works. Just want to make sure you're in view. This was the piece, and I wanted it to line up like this, so I made sure I cut it diagonally on this side. I'll give you the measurement for this in a jiffy because I've got it next to me, but I haven't got it in my head right now. I don't want to be wrong with it. And then this is the piece. These are the leftover bits. And then this is the piece for the inside of the card, which I have actually done in the thick, just because it's a little bit more durable. So that's going to end up in here. But I'm going to now show you how to put this together. So let me pop that away because I haven't folded that one. Okay, so the first step is to take your multi-purpose liquid glue and glue these together. All right, you can see there's not a huge amount of finesse here. Let me pop that back so it doesn't get all gunked up. Okay, and I'll see what I can see without my head getting too far in the frame. So we're just going to pop that one on top of the other. They should be exactly the same size, so they should line up fine. That one goes over, and this one goes over, but in a different order. So the next trick, and it's a bit hard to see, you just want to make sure your folds are actually right and square. The next bit is to lay your DSP on top. Tombo's my very best friend because I find my hands are a little bit arthritic and it just helps me line up. So this is the piece that's going to go on this side. That doesn't look too square. Let me jiggle it a bit. There we are. So I'm going to lay this bit on first. And I've left my tweezers on the other side, so let me do this though. This will be fine. Just that the Tombow gives me a bit of wiggle time. Okay, so that's one down. And now let me do the other baby. There's this one over here. This paper's just, isn't it stunning? I just think it's so beautiful. I think I might just, because I cut it on the other side, I just want to make sure that edge is nice and smooth. Here we go. Still in view, that's good. Okay, a bit of glue on the back. It looks really complicated, and thank you very much for Rachel Tessman. I think it's Rachel Tessman. I'll find out and stick it in the notes. Here we go. And then pop that bit down there. And then to make the crossover, I want to see this pretty paper here, and then I'm going to lay these on top. So this is how I want my design to be. Now, I think I might just take to these edges with a bone folder without oozing the glue out everywhere, because I don't want to do that. It's a bit close to that side. Look, I don't think the sky's going to fall in. I think it'll be all right. Okay, now the next trick is to, with your tear and tape, because you don't want oozy glue in here. So we're just going to use tear and tape along the bottom edges of both of these diagonal pieces. And I'm going to get it as close to the bottom as possible as I can, and pray that my eyes can actually see this, so I think that's okay. I can't find my glue scissors, so I'll use these ones and hope they don't get too gunked up. Rightio, that's one down. And then the other, sorry, I know I've got shaky hands, I can't help it. There we are, that's sort of close, it'll do. And I don't really want that to stick there. There we go. So, okay, I want this one down first. So this is the one I'm going to unpeel first. Okay, and make him square. Done. Down. This one. Still in view. Video hasn't run out of steam. That's good. Done. Looks complicated, but it's not. Okay, the following tricks were, this piece needs to be smaller. I've cut this at 14 by 9 centimeters. You see this? I'm just going to poke this in because you want it, it's going to hit this layer of tear and tape you've got down here, so it won't go down any further than that, and you want it to stop about there and not be impossible for someone to get out. I cut it at 14 centimeters by 9. I don't think you could go any more than 9. You might be able to get a bit more than 14, but I think it'll make the sides too tight. I used one of the punches to get this little finger pull at the top. Unfortunately, the punch I used has retired, but there are others in the catalogue that would work equally as well. And I used the stamp from the stamp set, this one here, this stamp here, and stamped in pale papaya just to give this a bit of a feature here. This is removable, so you can write your message down the bottom or on the back. You could pop in gift voucher, movie tickets, little treats, all sorts of love hearts and things like that in the back. And then I decorated mine with the die cuts from these previously stamped images. So you can see I've used one of these little flowers, the leaf, and one of these flowers. This one's for the other card. So that's that. And I did use this die cut for the hello, which is in the stamp set as well, and it's shaded, stamped in shaded spruce. So that's pretty much for the card. So thanks heaps for the opportunity of sharing this. A few of the girls have asked on the page that I would share this, so I've decided to make the new vid. Thanks a lot. Bye.